Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am jeffgrantMEDIA, and today we're going to talk about the GR1 and the Rucker. Now, I should say that this is the older version. This is a Rucker 3.0, and the current version of the 4.0 does have a few differences. I will talk about them. And this is the slick version of the GORUCK GR1. I do have a Mali tactical version here as well, but this is an older version. This does not have the 210D back panel, where the slick version that I have is the current version. So I will be using both of these to talk about the GR1s, because between these I have all of the features that a GR1 will have, and I can compare the 3.0 to the 4.0 because there are a few differences there. Now, I will also like to say right up top, the 3.0 is the far superior Rucker bag. The 4.0 has two major changes to it that I do not like, I do not agree with, and I think that lessen the bag. That being this slant pocket right here. This has been removed from the 4.0 version. GORUCK decided that zippers break and that pocket is useless, so they completely removed it, kept the price the same, but they removed the bag. In addition, the inside of this bag, the 3.0 has zippers, where the 4.0 removed these zippers and put Velcro in both of these pockets. And again, the reason for this was given that GORUCK says that zippers break and they fix too many of them at scars, so they simply removed the zippers and added the Velcro because Velcro won't break. These zippers have not been replaced. I don't plan on ever having to replace these zippers. They are beefy as hell YKK zippers. I just think it was cheaper for them, again, to eliminate features and continue to charge the same price or charge you even more. So I find if you can find a Rucker 3.0, pick one of these up used. They are the far superior bag to the current 4.0s. Now, there are some changes that have now been implemented in the GR1 that came from this bag, though, the Rucker 3.0, namely the 210D back and the 210D undersides of the straps. This feature also carried through to the Rucker 4.0. So the 3.0 though was the first one that had this 210D backing. It has now been implemented in the new GR1s. But the main difference we see from the Ruckers to the GR1s is that the Ruckers have a lumbar bump out on the bottom of the back. The GR1 does not. They are a straight back. So they do both feature the 210D, but the GR1 does not have the lumbar bump out where the Rucker does. And this is because you're carrying weight in these bags. So when you're putting, I can't grip it. When you're putting a weight in this bag, it's putting some torque on the bag and it's gonna push into the bottom of your back. So that lumbar helps to keep the weight pushed out a little bit more and keep it a little bit more vertical on your bag to, help your posture as well as, help you not destroy your back. So when you put a weight in one of these, that lumbar bump helps to keep that weight in instead of kind of leaning forward. Now, the next most noticeable change between the Rucker and the GR1 is that the Rucker does have this reflective strip that goes across the front of the bag. Yes, it is black, but yes, it does reflect once it hits light, where the GR1, you can see it does not have the strip. The Rucker has this reflective strip. Now, at GORUCK events, they do actually require you to wear reflective strips that feed through the Mali. I do have some, but I did EDC this bag semi-recently, and I did remove them while I was EDCing the bag. Now, generally when I'm rucking anymore, I'm just carrying weight when I'm walking the dog in the morning, so I'm not working out, I'm not running, and walking, and I'm generally being safe on the sidewalk because I don't want myself or my dog to get hit by a car. So I found that this reflective strip, for what I'm currently doing, just kind of walking with weight, this is completely fine. This offers me plenty of the benefits of the reflection without having to remember to put the reflective strips back on, because that's what it comes down to. I just completely forgot to put them back on after I EDC this bag. Another difference we can see here is that the Rucker actually has handles where the GR1 does not. So handle, 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 no handle. Now, you can send your GR1 to scars and have handles added to the bag, but that does carry an additional cost to the bag, where the Rucker already has the handles on the bag, and these are used for different exercises. You can essentially use your bag as a kettlebell, you can do press-ups, you can do a ton of different exercises with the bag, and the handles are grab points so you can hold the bag and work out and do exercises with, where again, the GR1. You can add them if you are going to ruck in this bag, but the ruckers are purpose built for rucking, hence the name. So they are coming with all of the features pre-built into them that you would want to add to your GR1 if you were going to ruck in the GR1. Now, if we go to the back of the bags, the GR1 has a laptop sleeve in it, where the rucker has no laptop sleeve. And that right there is the exact reason why this is a 21 liter bag and this is a 20 liter bag. And the same thing goes for the 26 liter or the 25 liter bags, because the rucker does not have the laptop sleeve that the GR1 has. So that extra 1 liter is the laptop sleeve that is on the back of the bag. Now, if we want to carry a laptop, you can EDC the rucker. You'll just simply use the internal plate carrier pocket, or you can use the water bladder pocket. Now, this is smaller than a laptop sleeve, so you're not going to be able to fit any of your newer 16-inch MacBook Pros or anything in here, but this will fit up to a 30-pound weight. This is my 20-pound weight that fits in here no problem. And then this is one of my 2 additional 10-pound weights, so I will carry up to 40 pounds in this bag, and it will remain incredibly comfortable even while carrying up to 40 pounds in the bag. Although I'm getting a little weak because I've been mostly just rucking with 20 or 30 pounds, but I can, when I'm in shape, carry 40 pounds in this no problem, and I do not feel like the bag is going to break, rip, or pull me down. Another feature of the rucker versus the GR1 is that there are grommets on the bottom of the bag for drainage, where the GR1 does not have these grommets. And this is because the rucker version you are more likely to ruck in, and that includes, not me because I've never gotten to an event, but crawling through water. So once you get water, it will drain back out of the bag, because even though 1000D is, it's fairly weather resistant. I've been caught in the rain many, many times with a 1000D bag and my stuff inside stay dry. If you're crawling through water, it's gonna get in, and you want that drainage to let that water back out, because yeah, water's pretty heavy. So if you're gonna carry around an extra, 20 liters of water, that's gonna make your bag even heavier than whatever the amount of weight that you're carrying inside the bag. Now, one of the major differences you are going to see between the Rucker series and the current versions of the GR1 is that the Rucker series still has the Velcro panel at the back side of the grab handle to pull your water bladder tube through, where the new GR1s have a QA pocket added, but what that did was removed that hook and loop section that is behind the grab handle, so you no longer have this section here to pull your water bladder through. So what you're gonna have to do is gap your zippers and pull your water bladder out that way, and hope that gravity and all that bouncing doesn't make your bag unzipper and your bag completely open. Opening up both of the bags, on the inside, both do have the water bladder pocket. On the GR1, we do have 3 rows of MOLLE, where on the Rucker version, we actually have our plate carrier pocket, and we have an additional D-ring that's used to hang your water bladder. Now, we don't have the D-ring inside the GR1, but we do have the MOLLE, so you can always hook something through the MOLLE to hold your water bladder so it doesn't slump down. But because we don't have the MOLLE in the Rucker, they added a metal D-ring so you can hang your water bladder from, and what that does is that the water bladder has a tendency to, it can droop down, and then you're just gonna have a massive water at the bottom and not be able to drink it as easily. So you wanna hang it from something at the top of the bag so it keeps it laying flat against your back. It's gonna prevent you from bulging, and it's also gonna prevent you from collapsing down, carrying a bigger, deeper set of weight at the bottom of your back and making it harder to drink. Now, the slick version of the GR1 also has the water bladder pocket. It has the 3 rows of MOLLE, but we are seeing the addition of the QA pocket and the elimination of the water bladder port. Now, the Rucker bag is purpose-built for rucking, and the one thing I did not talk about yet is price. The Ruckers are $80 cheaper than their GR1 counterpart, as well as being made in Vietnam. So even though this is purpose-built for rucking, if you think that the GR1 is too much money and you wanted to get a Rucker to save that $80, or you found a 3.0 for a very good deal online, which you should grab if you see one, I think you should jump on that, because the 3.0 at least is still a very good EDC bag. Yes, you don't have that laptop sleeve, but personally, I don't really carry my laptop as often anymore. I either carry a tech kit with a hard drive that has all the data on it that I need, or I just carry my tablet, which will fit easily inside the plate carrier pocket on the inside of this bag. Now, the plate carrier pocket does take up a little bit additional internal space, but I mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably just cut it out and remove it, and then you don't have that space being taken up on the inside of the bag. But this is still a fully capable bag of being an EDC bag. And honestly, I think that's why they ultimately made the changes to the 4.0 from the 3.0 of removing that front slant pocket and removing the zippers, because it makes the 4.0 less EDC-able. If that's a good word, I just made it a word. EDC-able, it is now a word. But you can still get away with totally EDCing the Rucker 3.0. I have done it. I will probably still do it in the future, even though I now have a wonderful GR1 slick that I absolutely love. You can still totally EDC this bag. It is a great pack. So those are the main differences between the GORUCK GR1 and the Rucker. But before we go, we have one more thing we need to address. We have a guest that would like to make an appearance on camera. Oh, special guest!
Me!
Who is me?
Me, Hazel.
Miss Hazel Fantastic wanted to come and join us.
I brought my wand.
She brought her magic wand. Now, Miss Hazel Fantastic, will you cast a spell on my GORUCK bags to make them work even more efficiently than they currently do?
Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Put on my mallet.
And with that, my bags will now work even better than ever. So, would you like to help me say goodbye?
Yeah.
All right, what do we say?
If you like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button. And
Ring that bell.
ring that bell.
Right next to it.
Right next to it. Good night.
Good night. Perfect. Thanks, sweetheart. Did your tablet run out time?
Oh, yeah.